Hi, welcome to Nino Mondo. Today we will be unboxing our fourth Play and Learn bundle, Marvel to Behold. And as usual, let us tell you a little backstory about how and why we named this bundle the Marvel to Behold. At 10 months, your child is doing a lot of things. They have probably moved on to their tummy. They're probably trying to crawl a bit ahead. They might be trying to pull themselves up, and all the things that they're doing is so marvelous that we couldn't have named it any other thing but a marvel to behold. By this time, your child is also mesmerized by you, their mom, and they also probably think that you are a marvel to behold, because the moment you open your arms, all they want to do is come to you. So yes, that's why we think that the box is appropriately named as a marvel to behold. Let us tell you what's there in this Play and Learn bundle. Again, in this set, we have activities which build on our previous bundles, which is A Million Dreams, Pride and Joy, and A Magical Creation. So by now we have, if you have purchased our previous bundles, your child would have developed all those skills related to their vision, their auditory, as well as their grasp. The activities in this bundle build onto them. However, if you've not bought those, that's absolutely fine. Your child can get started with this bundle whenever you choose to purchase it. First in this bundle is the single shape progression. This puzzle progresses on the first shapes puzzle. We chose the square because it brings in that little amount of complexity and challenge for the child. We do have circles in this in the Montessori curriculum, but it makes it easier for the child to figure out how to put the circles. But with squares, they have to really figure out how to make that turn and put it. Had it been circle, they could have easily put it, but with the squares, they have to keep turning until they find the shape. One of the important things about the single shape progression puzzle is that it follows an order, which is big to small or small to big. So when you present this activity to your child in an undone fashion, they may pick any shape. They could get it right in the first go, which is a great thing. If not, they would struggle. They would try to put this piece here and they would realize it doesn't fit, which is a concept called as the control of error. It is a concept which teaches the child that they can figure the error in the solution itself. It works with the concept of math, because math has only one logical right answer. So when your child is trying to fit the puzzle into the shape and not able to do it, their innate number sense kicks in and they are able to figure out, not right. Then they might pick up the other puzzle and try to fit in, struggle a bit, and then put the right pieces in place. This in itself is a journey. This in itself is a struggle, and we highly recommend that the child should struggle a bit before they're able to get the solution right, because it teaches them patience, it teaches them resilience, and it allows for that aha moment when they figure out the solution. It's the same feeling which you and I get when we've gone through a learning journey and have figured out the solution. You can use, if you purchase the previous bundles, you can use our mat and you can do these activities on the mat. That way the child will know that this is the space that's available to them to play. Next in this bundle, A Marvel to Behold, is our push ball set. This again builds on the concept of object permanence, but it brings in the element of cause and effect as well, because unlike the object permanence ball drop box where the ball would drop the moment it's put in the inset and come out, that's not going to happen here. The child has to push the ball with the right amount of force for it to come out. This is designed such that the balls stay in this alley and the force can be applied by the child, so they don't really have to push. And as a separate exercise, you can show them how to color match the balls, so you can actually see that the insets are matched, the color of the insets match the balls. You can say red, yellow, blue, green. And this is like a primary introduction to color match as well. And your child will sit there and keep pushing the balls and putting the balls. Again, this is a great activity to support their developing reading skills as the balls go from left to right. Object permanence kicks in because the amount of time the ball is invisible is longer. As you can see, the gap is longer here. So, which is extremely helpful in the building of their social and cognitive skills. A complex stacker builds on the simple stacker. This time, this complex stacker has 3 rings with the primary colors red, yellow, and blue. The size of the rod is similar to the previous stacker, but the rings are varying in size. Again, order progression comes in where they're able to see the rings are of different size. They can choose to put the smallest ring first or vice versa, but they're able to see an outcome of their decision. Your child may like to put it and play with it, like free play, that's fine. But eventually they will start playing with it and be able to put in the rings correctly. There is a lot of amount of spatial reasoning development that happens here because the size of the holes is significantly smaller than the previous one, and that's why this is a stable stacker, because the challenge is in figuring out the inset. Moving on, we have the coin drop box, which is a progression from a previous object permanence, but also introduces posting. Posting basically means putting something through a small hole. This is where things get a bit complex, because unlike the ball drop box or the push ball where the ball goes in and comes out, there is an action expected of the child here. So watch this. When the child puts the coin, which in itself is a big activity where they would have to turn the coin, and there is that rotation of wrist that goes in. It's not going to come out on their own. They have to pull the drawer and then take out the coin. It will take some time for your child to put the drawer back. In fact, you can start this activity, give this activity with your child getting comfortable with the pulling and putting of the drawer, and slowly and eventually and gradually your child will be able to put all the coins and take them out on their own. You can practice this activity blindfolded later when they're 3 years old, or you can practice this with real coins as well. Next is our introduction to practical life activity. Now, pouring is a Montessori classic. All of these are Montessori classic toys. Pouring is introduction to practical life activity because it's the first of the many practical life activities which are being introduced in our later boxes. You can use this cup as a drinking cup as well. You can bring these cups during bath time before even bringing the tray, the sponge, and this. And if you think your child is ready for it, you can start with grains. What pouring does, it helps the child to get a grip of the utensil, lift the cup and put it. It teaches them containment when they go from one cup to another. If there is any spillage of water, the sponge helps to soak it up. This tray helps to define the boundaries and helps understand containment. Children probably go for 20-30 minutes when they're pouring from one cup to another. If you're doing it with grains and the grains fall out, you can always the child can pick the grain and put it inside the cup. This is also a good bath time activity. You can take these cups in the bathtub and the child can sit in the bathtub and then take water from the bath and put it in the cup, or they can just take the water out of the cup and put it. So it's a quite a versatile toy. In a Montessori classroom, they have it as a water pouring activity, but at home, feel free to use it for a lot of activities that will allow the child the learning curve, where they pick the cup and put it inside the other cup. Those are the activities that are available as a part of a Marvel to Behold learning bundle. These are, like I said, are classic Montessori activities, and each activity is introduced one at a time. We don't recommend that you give all of these together, and that's why we have a toy timeline which comes with the bundle, which tells you when is a good time to introduce this toy. But however, you can choose to introduce a toy depending on your child's development and what works for you. The development window for this is the start of 10 months and any time after that. So feel free to make that purchase when it works for you and your child. That's it from our end. Thank you so much for watching.